As a mental health therapist, I'm supposed to be able to show up and be good. I'm supposed to be able to focus and be 100% attentive to my client. I'm supposed to ignore anything else I have going on in my life right now and be able to shut that out and just hold space for the client and tune in to what they have going on because oftentimes our clients are coming to session and they're really not okay. But as a therapist, what do I do if I'm also not okay? Today, I'm going to talk about what to do if you find yourself really struggling, going through a really hard phase in life. You've got a lot of stuff going on, and you just are not feeling okay or 100% when it comes to showing up for your clients. This is such an important topic because there is the possibility when you're not in a good place that you can show up to clients in a way that is not supportive, not therapeutic, not helpful, or even could do harm. And so it's so important that if I identify I'm really not doing well, I am not doing good. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I can't be 100% focused. Like there's some shit happening in my life that's really causing me to not feel my best, to not do my best, that I am aware of that and actively taking steps to address that and take care of myself because the way that I show up for my clients when I'm feeling on my A game, I've slept well, I'm in good health, my life feels balanced, my relationships are good. It's just going to be a different vibe than the me that shows up when I feel like that my life is in the gutter, my relationship is falling apart, I'm dealing with health issues, I haven't slept, and I'm just really not feeling okay. This is not preventable. You are human, and it's so important to take care of yourself because there is no you helping other people without you, right? Like you can't provide therapy without you. And so taking care of yourself in these moments is so, so important. But I know it can feel easier said than done. And then there's also that piece of what do I do with my clients who really need me to be on my A game, but I'm just really not okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk exactly about the steps that you can take in order to address this and take care of yourself if you're not feeling okay. Now, anyone who ever tells you that they can just 100% always separate what's going on in their personal life versus what's going on at work and feel like that nothing ever comes up, they don't have a bad day, or that they just don't think about those things, they're not being truthful. I have never, ever, ever known someone who can do that because we're all human and we've all got our shit, right? We all have our own stuff. We all have things that are going on. We're often trying to juggle a lot. We're trying to balance things. We might be parents. We might be in relationships. We might be married. We might be working second jobs. We might be dealing with health issues, like on and on and on and on. And so it's impossible, in my opinion, to always just feel like you're in a good place to provide therapy. And yet, if your life feels like it's going in the gutter, that doesn't mean that the work and the clients that you're serving just stops and goes away until things get better. And so, this is a very common experience. I think that every therapist at some point in their career is going to experience this at least once, if not many times, throughout the course of their career. And I myself have been there before on more than one occasion. And so I know that it's really, really hard in the moment to try to navigate things. And also, it does get better if you take care of yourself. And so let's talk about what that looks like and what you should be doing if you really are not feeling okay. The first thing that I would say to do is make sure that you are engaging in your own self care. As therapists, we oftentimes are really quick to tell other people to take care of themselves, but we struggle with taking that advice ourselves. And I really encourage you, if you're not okay right now, take some time and really focus on doing things to take care of yourself. And self care looks like a lot of different things. And so there's no one specific approach, but I do think that you being intentional with doing things that make you feel good, that are in an effort to care and nurture yourself, is so essential to navigating this and to being able to feel your best even when you don't feel your best. Specifically, I would do three things when it comes to self care. One, I would do more things right now that are bringing you joy. Things that genuinely make you feel happy, make you feel supported, make you feel comforted, bring a smile to your face, make you laugh. When we're going through hard shit, we really need as many things to boost our mood as possible and to make us feel good. And so, really look at what are my day to day activities like? How much time do I spend on social media? How much time do I spend with friends? How much time do I devote to my own health and wellness? Like, what does my day-to-day routine look like? And where do I need to spend more time investing in activities and hobbies or surrounding myself with people that genuinely bring me joy and happiness? And if there's anything happening in my life that I'm currently involved in that isn't bringing me joy or happiness, I would say distance yourself from that, take a step back from that, and instead do more things that bring you joy in its place. The second piece to good self care would be to go to your own therapy and do your own work. It's totally okay to not be okay. The problem with not being okay only comes in when you're not actively doing anything to address it and you are showing up in a negative or harmful way for the clients that you're serving, because we are to do no harm. And even though we might not think that our crap is impacting our work, clients can pick up on it. And I guarantee you, it probably is, even in a small way that you're just not realizing it. And that could even be like, I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately because I'm super stressed. And so I show up a couple minutes late, or I'm tired, or my attention or concentration isn't like it normally is. And those things do impact the work with clients. Even if you feel like it's on a small scale or maybe no one's noticing it, I bet you that they are. And I bet you that it is coming across in some way, even minor, that you don't even realize. And so we don't want to go on the assumption that I've got this taken care of, it's all buttoned up, no one even knows, because our clients are pretty in tune with who we are, especially if they've been working with us for a while. And so I wouldn't go off the assumption that they just don't know or you're good at hiding it. I bet you they're picking up on it. So definitely make sure that you're going to your own therapy, you're doing your own work and working on things that you feel like you really need right now. Because while your clients need support, we as mental health therapists, yeah, we also need the support. And then the third piece to this self care is making sure that you are setting and maintaining good boundaries. Part of taking care of ourselves is enforcing the boundaries that we've set and making sure that we are being very intentional with how we spend our time, how we show up for people, and being mindful of what we are allowing to consume our energy. Our energy is a lot like money. You only have so much to give. And so every interaction, every discussion, every email, every question that someone asks you is an opportunity for you to spend money, spend your energy, or to conserve it. And so setting boundaries can be a great way when we're going through things to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves, and to say, hey, I actually need to scale back. I can't say no to every opportunity because I don't have the money, right? I don't have the energy to expend. And I really need to focus that elsewhere on other acts of self care, doing things that bring me joy, minimizing things that don't bring me joy, just so I can be as supported as possible during this time and get through this as best as I can. So be very intentional with setting and enforcing or reinforcing boundaries that you've already set, because that's a great way to protect yourself, protect your time, protect your energy, and care for yourself when you're really not feeling okay. My second big tip would be to adjust your work schedule in times where you're really not okay and you're not doing well. Now, this looks very different for everybody, and there's some different suggestions that I have for you on what that looks like. But when we are going through things, time, energy, health, focus, all these things are impacted and they don't look the same, as I mentioned earlier. And so it actually can be really helpful. And I myself have found this helpful too, to look at your schedule and make some adjustments in your schedule, at least in the meantime, until you feel like that you can go back to what you were doing, if that still seems feasible and doable once you actually get to that place. This could look like working shorter days. This could look like taking some much needed PTO or time off. This could look like adjusting your schedule. If you typically work Monday through Friday, and say, hey, I'm going to start taking off, every Friday for the foreseeable future until I can, feel better. I can get through this. It could also look like taking a long vacation and finally using that PTO that you have saved that you haven't been using, which I find mental health therapists have a hard time doing that. So if that is you, I see you. Take the vacation, take the time off. You really deserve it. That could also look like letting go of extra commitments. I also see as mental health professionals that we oftentimes are very committed to a lot of things. We've got a lot of projects going on, we've got our hands in a lot of different things. And when you're going through times of stress or you're just not feeling your best, extra commitments can really weigh you down and depress your system that's already struggling, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally, it still just brings you down. And so if you do have some extra commitments that you're tied to, this may be an opportunity to scale back a little bit and say, I need to not say yes to this opportunity, or I need to scale back and work on that passion project once I feel like I have the mental space and the bandwidth to deal with that. Because right now, I really need that time to be conserved so that I can use that energy to focus on me and my own health and my own healing. That might also look like you scaling back in general. So I made the example earlier, maybe that looks like you don't work Fridays. And I have seen therapists when they're going through things that are just really, really traumatic and they're stressful and they're really weighing on them, that they scale back and they go from, okay, I'm working 40 hours a week to I'm only going to work 20 if that's something that's feasible for me, or I'm not going to take any more new clients until 6 months from now, until the new year, or what have you, so that I can focus on the clients that I have, but I'm not continuing to inundate myself with new referrals. I might even tell certain referral sources or directories like I'm not taking new clients for a little bit, just so that I don't have to also field those calls, make appropriate referrals, and things like that. So scaling back can also be really helpful, at least in the interim, while you are not feeling okay, to again utilize that energy elsewhere, which is taking care of you, focusing on yourself, and making sure that you're in a good place. That might also look like you potentially referring people out. If you've got some people on your wait list, or you have someone that's about to start and you're like, I don't know if I can commit to, another client when I'm just not in a good space. That may look like I need to refer this person out to a trusted colleague, or I may need to tell them, hey, listen, I no longer have that availability. I'm going to have to put you on a wait list, or I'm going to be unable to see you for the next 3 months, or whatever. Is that something that you would like to wait on, or would you like me to refer you to a colleague? And take that as an opportunity to say yes to yourself and say, yes, I'm going to do something for me. I'm not going to overload myself. I'm not going to keep trying to run 100 miles an hour. I'm going to reduce my workload. I'm going to scale back. I'm going to set and maintain boundaries. I'm going to take some time off. And I'm going to do that all in the name of taking care of me, because if I rest, if I recoup, if I recharge, if I just have more time to focus on me, it's going to feel easier to focus on me. It's going to feel like I'm navigating things a lot better, and it has a less likely to have an impact in a negative way on the clients that I serve. Now, as mental health therapists, I know that that could be hard, that might be not feasible for everybody, that also has to factor in things like finances, and how much you're taking home and bills and all these things. And so I know that that's probably going to be easier said than done, and yet it can be really helpful. And it doesn't mean it has to stay like that forever. This is short term solutions so that you can have as much space to take care of you right now that you need to, so that you can sooner rather than later get back to a place where you feel like I'm back to being 100%, or as close to 100% as I'm going to get, given all the things that I have going on right now and that I'm trying to navigate. So I know it might feel challenging, but I really encourage you, see if you can change your schedule. Even if that looks like I'm scaling back a little bit and I'm no longer working evenings, or you know what, I'm going to have to stop working weekends just because I need that time. And so my Saturday people are going to need to figure out when they can see me during the week. And if that doesn't work, I might have to refer them out. I really encourage you, look at this as an opportunity to put yourself into your schedule and take this time, because if you don't, you are not going to navigate this as well. And I do see people who trudge forward 100%, 100 miles an hour, and they don't stop. They don't slow down. They don't take care of themselves. And what I have found with mental health therapists and even pre licensed professionals, if you don't take care of yourself, it takes you longer to heal, to find happiness, to feel like that you're okay. You do show up less than for clients, which negatively impacts them. You do have the potential to do harm, to show up unprofessional, to miss things. Obviously, you're not on your A game. And this just gets prolonged the longer that you neglect yourself. So I know that all of this might feel challenging, but I really encourage you to figure out, how can I take some of these strategies and really make them work for me? Because you deserve all the time that you need to take care of you. And my last big tip would be, if you're going through something very personal and you have clients that are going through things that are similar, this actually might be triggering you and might be really hard to navigate and allow you to show up 100% for these clients. And so if you are going through something similar to what your clients are going through and you resonate with what they're going through on a personal level and you cannot set that aside, or you feel like that talking with them brings up a lot of things for you and it's really triggering, I would actually encourage you to refer those clients out and let them know that you're no longer able to support them in the way that they need. You're taking time off, you're scaling back, and you think they would be better served with this person over here. I have seen therapists who have went through things very, very personal that their clients are also going through at the same time, and it has caused them to have a lot of triggering moments and a lot of difficulty managing their emotions while still being available for the clients the way that they need. And I myself have previously went through things in my life that were similar to things that my clients had been through before or that they were coming up on and starting to address and navigate. And it's very hard to put all your stuff aside and to have no feelings or no response to that with what the client is sharing, especially if they're sharing a lot of sadness and they're really not okay either. And so in those moments, I don't think we can be 100% effective the way that they need us to be, because again, it's not about us, it's about the client always. And so if you have some clients that are really triggering and they're hard for you to navigate, or they're just bringing up a lot of discomfort within you, I would recommend to refer them out and really look at your caseload as an opportunity to maybe shift, niche down, to work with a different population right now that may be of more interest to you or that may be a little less triggering, so that you can continue to show up the way that you want to and need to for your clients without feeling that you are being triggered in the process. Because I said this earlier, there is no you providing therapy without you. And so if you're not okay, you being okay is important. When I walk into a therapy session, if I'm not okay, it can change the game for the whole session if I don't manage that and keep that well under wraps. And again, we're humans. We're not supposed to be able to be imperfect people who never have our own shit going on, who never are sad or have weaknesses or are really bad days or conflict in our lives. And yet, as therapists, we're supposed to show up and be able to put all that aside and be 100% focused on what the client is doing and be on our A game and use our best clinical judgment and do good work. And sometimes that's just really hard to do if we're not okay. And so, looking at all of these tools, I really encourage you to see what fits for you, what sounds like a good idea, and implement it and give yourself time during this phase to take more time for yourself, to do more things that make you feel good, to do more things that make you feel joyful, to do less of what doesn't feel good, so that you can work on feeling okay and then get back to being able to be 100% for your clients. I know a lot of times it would be a lot easier if we could say, I'm just going to take off a couple of months while I get through this. And for most people, that's really unrealistic. And so these are some strategies that I hope can help you continue to show up for clients, show up the best way that you can, given what you have, while still actively working on what you need to do for you so that you can start to feel closer to being okay again. If you implement these things, I am very confident that they will help you get through this period a lot easier, feeling more supported, feeling more joyful, feeling that you can do this, that there is hope, that you are going to start feeling better while still being able to show up for your clients the way that they really want and need you to as their therapist. If you have ever been in this situation and you have found other things that were helpful, maybe things I didn't suggest, please leave them down in the comments, because I do think that this is something that we can all relate to, and that whether you are new into the profession or you are very seasoned as a therapist, you are going to encounter this periodically throughout your life because things are constantly changing. Life is hard, and it's not just hard for our clients, it's hard for us too. And if you're not feeling okay right now, I see you. I've been you. It does get better. Take care of you. Alrighty. Until next time.